But you know, it's not your choice. We're going to call to order the council meeting of 15th of August, 2023. Will we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Yes, Mayor. Quorum is present for the City Council, Successor Agency, and Housing Authority.
Public comment. Persons wish to address City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority on any item on the agenda may do so at this time for 3 minutes. Hearing no comment, we'll go to item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Warrant register.
Move along payment.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members, Successor Agency members, and Housing Authority members. Gray.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Butts.
Aye, M1.
Approval of the minutes for the meeting held on May 23rd, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members. Gray.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. Consent calendar items 2 through 7.
So moved.
Second.
Mayor, I'd like to pull item
Okay.
6 and 7.
Councilwoman Gray?
Yes.
Now, we already have a first and a second. And I've asked you in the past to let it be known ahead of time before the motions are made. So I'm going to do this one. Now we're going to have to see if anyone has the will to cancel the motion that's on the floor. If that's not the case, then we're going to vote, and then you can abstain or vote for it. But in the future, what we need to do is, when the consent calendar is called, as I've asked you before, you say, Mr. Mayor, and then I won't allow a motion. So is there,
Mr. Mayor, I appreciate that. I would
okay. well,
ask
no,
that
wait,
you
right
would
now-
slow down a little bit when you
okay,
do ask
right
for it.
now, ma'am, you're not recognized. So is there a motion to rescind?
I move to rescind.
I'll second it.
Madam City Clerk?
Council members. Gray.
What are we voting on the consent calendar?
No, ma'am.
Rescinding it,
Yes,
thank you.
ma'am.
Yes.
Padilla.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. So now, Councilwoman Gray, you wanted to pull an
I
item.
would like to pull items 6 and 7.
Okay, so is there a motion to move items 2 through 5?
I so moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk?
Council members. Gray.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. Item 6.
Staff report recommending that the mayor and council members adopt a resolution offering a reward to any individual who provides information leading to the identification, apprehension, and conviction of the person responsible for the death of Jose Samuel Gavez Pineda.
All right. And your question, Councilwoman Gray?
Thank you. I do support this item, but I do have a question about what are the factors for offering a reward in cases like this?
So it's up to the police department. There's a reward can be offered if they feel the trail has gone cold, that all leads have been exhausted, all forensic evidence has been looked at, and we can go no further. And then if the department makes a recommendation for a reward, we offer a reward.
You know, if we have quite few or many cold cases in this regard.
There are a number of cold cases. Not all of them are deemed worthy of a reward because of the particular facts and circumstances surrounding each case.
Okay, thank you.
Madam City Clerk?
We need a motion, Mayor.
So moved.
No, I make a motion to move item 6.
And we'll
Second.
Second it.
take him in a second. All right, Madam City Clerk?
Council members. Gray.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. Item 7.
Staff report recommending that the mayor and council members approve Amendment number 3 to Agreement number 22-00011 with Terry A. Hayes Associates, Inc. for environmental documentation and technical studies for the Inglewood Transit Connector Project.
Is it your question, Councilwoman Gray?
Yes, my question to staff is why, or to the consultant or whomever, why did the FDA change the requirements for the modeling?
Wait, so what was the question again?
Why did the FDA change the requirement for modeling?
Was it, come up, Ms. Trifoletti?
Thank you.
The FTA in May, they did release changes to their methodology so that the ridership that we turn in associated with the grant requests look at post-pandemic. During the pandemic, they had allowed ridership to take pre-pandemic, counts and transit counts, and now they're having us look at everything in real time post-pandemic since it's been some time. And so we had to go back and do a whole bunch of new modeling for the non-event scenarios here in Inglewood. We were fortunate enough to have event ridership post-pandemic, but the non-event, we needed to go back and retool to match their protocols. And so that's what that work was.
Thank you, Ms.
All right,
Trifoletti.
thank you.
Madam City Clerk?
I make a motion to move item 7.
Second.
Madam City Clerk?
Yes, Mayor. Council members Gray,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye, DR1.
Staff
I'd
report
I'd
recommending.
like to ask for a staff report on this one. Mr. Mayor?
Hold on, we got to call the item, and then I'll decide if we're going to have staff report. Madam City Clerk?
Yes, Mayor. Staff report recommending that the mayor and council members award a contract and approve an agreement with Select Electric, Inc. to construct the Highway Safety Improvement Cycle 9 Program, HSIPL-5164 Pedestrian Safety Improvement Projects per bid number RFB 0157.
Okay, so what is your question, Councilwoman
I'd like
Gray?
to ask for a staff report on this
We're
item.
not going to do a staff report, but do you have a question?
Well, I do have some questions of
Go,
staff.
go right ahead. No, actually, the chair will decide who answers the question.
All
So
right,
what is
the
your-
request is of staff. You can make the decision, but my request is of staff. This
Okay.
is my question.
Okay, can you ask
All
your
right.
question? Go ahead and
Yes,
ask
I
your
will.
question.
Let's see. I'd like to know about District 1. What are some of the plans for District 1 in relationships to this particular item?
Okay, Sentinel and Market, I believe, is in District 1. Is that right?
No.
No?
No, it's
so-
not.
District 2.
Okay, so then Manchester and Cedar's not in District 1. So there are no items on the agenda related to this item that are related to District 1.
Okay, well, why, how were the other intersections selected and not in District 1?
It's very easy. Manchester and Cedar, we had a fatal collision there. There's a crosswalk there. And so the determination was made to put a pedestrian-operated light control mechanism there to increase the safety. We had the same issue at Centinela and Market Street. And again, it's a fairly high-speed thoroughfare with a crosswalk. And so again, another pedestrian-controlled, traffic control device is being put there.
Is that your comment?
That's the answer to the question.
Those are your comments. Thank you.
All right, Madam City Clerk, is there a motion?
I make a motion to move DR1, 1 and 2, and 3.
Second.
Madam
sorry,
City,
1, 2, and
Madam
3.
City Clerk.
Council members Gray,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. A1.
Thank you, Mayor. We have 4 closed session items. The first one, CS1, was the EEOC regarding the claim of Lauren Amameno. As to that, there's a request for settlement authority in that matter.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Gray,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
CS2 was the workers' compensation claims of Vincent Baldonado. As to that, there's 2 claims and the request for settlement authority as to both matters.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Gray,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
CS3 was the pending litigation matter, and there's a request for settlement in that authority as to Lorena F. Barreto versus Chikechi Pryor.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Gray,
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. CC1.
And Mayor,
Yes.
there's the last one is
Oh.
CS4 is again a pending litigation of Kathy Gill. As to that, there's also a request for settlement authority.
So moved.
Second. Madam City Clerk.
Council members Gray,
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. CC1.
Yes, Mayor, thank you so much. Just real quick, would like to thank council members Padilla, Morales, for Dr. Morris, our county administrator, and Lawrence from 1500 or Nothing for being my special guest for my second segment of Let's Chat. That will be out soon, so I want our residents to stay tuned and look forward to seeing that. Also, Mayor, thank you for sending your warm wishes, and then Councilmember Falk, you came through, so thank you guys so much. Support is just great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we'll have Councilwoman Gray on the next one, so looking forward to that.
Thank you. Looking
And
forward.
then Saturday, my staff and I, we attended the infamous chili cook-off from District 2. Boy, Councilman Padilla, you gave away so many bikes, so many great gifts to our children, to our families, and that's what it's all about. And I'm just so honored to be a part of it, so grateful. My staff was just so in awe at the backpacks that you gave away, the blankets. You know, it was fantastic. And people, our residents, our business owners, they were donating bikes and everything, even after you had bikes. So what an awesome event you had, Councilman. And then to the gentleman who won, it was a tie for the chili cook-off. Congratulations to those two. And then Mayor, Councilman Morales and I, we attended the 90th birthday celebration for an Inglewood resident. His name is Frank Scroggins, and that happened on Sunday. He turned 90, and Councilman Morales and I were there to help him celebrate that. And then lastly, on September the 16th, right here at City Hall on the South Lawn from 11 o'clock a.m. until 4 o'clock p.m. will be the annual, it's our second now, it's annual National Voter Registration Day event. Looking forward to our community coming out and seeing all the great things. If you have any questions regarding registration, voting, anything of that nature, please, please come out. You don't want to miss it. Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
The successor agencies in session, CSA 2.
Approval of the minutes for the meeting held May 23rd, 2023.
Move
So moved.
approval.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Successor agency members, Gray,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. Adjourn the successor agencies and housing authorities in session, H2.
Approval of the minutes for the meeting held on May 23rd, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Housing authority members, Gray,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. Adjourn the housing authority. There are no appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. Public comment for 1 minute. Persons wish to address City Council on any matter connected with city business not elsewhere considered may do so at this time.
Can you guys hear me?
Just fine.
Awesome. Good afternoon, City Council. My name is Ian Michael May. I am the LA County Assessor Jeff Prang's new field deputy for the South Bay area, including Inglewood. My boss sent me down here from downtown, first of all, to introduce myself as another resource of the office, but also to thank. I also wanted to thank Councilmember Alex Padilla. He invited us out to our chili cook-off, and it was an amazing time over there. My only complaint was that I ate too much chili and I felt really tired afterwards. But for the most part, but besides that, it was a fantastic event. I had a great time meeting everyone over there. And thank you so much. Really do look forward to going to the next event. I also came here to give the results of our 2023 assessment roll. The assessment is an inventory of all the valuations and property values in the county of Los Angeles. I'm happy to report that the county of Los Angeles has, in the past year, has grown 5.91%. A big portion of that was from the city of Inglewood. Inglewood grew 5.3% to a total valuation of $16.1 billion. So I just want to commend the city council. Obviously, there's a lot of economic growth, and a lot of that is due to the efforts of you guys.
What was your name again, sir?
My name is Ian Michael May.
Ian?
Yes,
That's a very nice name.
it is.
Do you know what our assessed valuation was in 2010?
2010?
Yeah.
Oh, it was probably a lot lower.
That is a good answer. It was 9 billion. It's increased 7 billion in that time.
Yes.
All right.
So
Thank you very much,
props to you
sir.
all. Thank you so much.
All right.
And I'll be passing out some flyers, for constituent services, so that community members can learn more about the resources in our office.
Thank you so much, Ian. It's good to meet you.
Thanks, Ian.
Okay, with that, we'll close public comment. We'll go to council. Well, go ahead. Oh,
he
sir,
has
go
one.
right ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council, for allowing me to speak. I don't want to take this for granted. There are many places in Los Angeles and other places that this is not allowed. So for people to speak in person and hopefully get back to normal activity is what I'm about. And the school system, for me, is in trouble with gender identity. So when the alpha male makes a mistake with women, I get it. But the other end of the spectrum, for the LGBTQR, STUV, all that stuff, is not healthful to children to tell them that they can do things at that age. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, with that, we'll close public comment. We'll go to council comments. District 1, Councilwoman Gray.
Thanks. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I wanted to remind everyone that I am having a back-to-school event in conjunction with the Inglewood Unified School District and the Heads Up Foundation. There are a lot of entities and folks supporting this event. Congresswoman Maxine Waters, Senator Steve Bradford, Assemblywoman Tina McKenna, as well as many other that I cannot mention on this list. There are so numerous, but I appreciate everyone being involved. It will be a fun event for the family. We will have giveaways. We will obviously give away free backpacks. We will have raffles, health screening. So I want to remind everyone to come out on this Friday, August 18th, from 11 to 2 o'clock at Darby Park. Also, I want to remind residents that I am having a meeting with the businesses on Monday, August 21st at the Miracle Theater. It will be a resource and information for businesses to support small and local businesses. So I invite everyone out. We will have many speakers and panel members and updates on different projects in the city. I also want to thank Eva Overtuff for inviting me to present a birthday proclamation to her husband, Richard Overtuff, on his 80th birthday. The mayor and I were there to present, as well as the city treasurer, Wanda Brown, and the school board member, Joyce Randall. It was a wonderful event. She had it there at her house. She had neighbors to come by and to wish Richard happy birthday. The Overtuffs are very important to this community. They're always involved in community events. Lastly, I want to just mention the chili cook-off. I did go there, and it was absolutely wonderful. Aisha already talked about it, and I certainly support everything she said. I didn't eat a lot of chili, but I I did eat one, and it was lots of food, and it was a wonderful family event. And so thank you, Alex, for inviting me to that event. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Councilman Padilla, District 2.
Thank you, Mayor. So just real quick, I want to go back to one of the items that we talked about with the stops, crosswalk in District 2. You know, for years, we've been advocating in our district. I'm hearing our residents talk about street improvements, but beyond street improvements, we also have to look at pedestrian improvement. It's not just about the cars. And so what we're doing with this item is we're putting in these reflective lights that are gonna work so that when folks are crossing, we're gonna make it a lot safer for them to cross, especially when they have their children. If you're familiar with that intersection, it's right there by Ralph's Market. There's a preschool church on the other corner, so it's a little busy intersection. And so I'm really happy to see Public Works is helping get this thing done. So that crosswalk is really important, and thank you guys for doing that. It really means a lot for us to get that done, Peter Puglisi and your staff with Victor. So thank you for that. As it relates to just improvements that we're doing throughout the city, but I'm talking specifically about that one intersection. Not to say we don't need them in other intersections. So let's talk about the picnic, right? The chili cook-off, the District 2 picnic, the movie in the park. I mean, I got to tell you, I was very, very excited to see the turnout. I want to thank our community, the residents of Inglewood that came out. I always say you came out and you showed up and you showed out, and that's what makes these events a lot of fun. And we had folks also from other cities that came down to enjoy the picnic and the chili cook-off, as they were also going to SoFi to watch the Rams and the Chargers game. So it was really a busy day. I want to thank all the staff that came out to show us support. I want to thank my colleagues on the dais that came out to make it a fun event. Ian, thank you for coming out. But I really want to thank also my volunteers, that if it wasn't for them, we couldn't put a huge event like this together. So thank you to all our volunteers. I want to start off with my wife, Stella, with Ramon Quinones, my assistant, Angie, Amber, Patricia, Olivia, Cheryl, Lori. I'm sure I'm going to miss some. Marco Chavez and his wife, Kenya, they cooked 500 hot dogs for that event. We had a ton of food, but again, if it wasn't for the volunteers to help us put it together, it's not something that I can do or our staff. We have our volunteers that come out to do it. Now there's chili chefs. We had, I think we had 10 or 11 that ended up getting there and helping us out. So I want to give them out their names. Greg Sneed, tied for first place with the Inglewood Police Officers Association. They went toe-to-toe, and they were going at it even during the event. And who would have guessed that they would have tied? We've never had a tie. So I was like, whoa, man, what are we going to do? So I'm going to have to go get another trophy so they can split them. I'm telling you. And LMU rugby team, thank you for coming out and being a contestant on this. Jim Vaughn, Linda Williams, thank you guys for making this event a huge success. LA County Fire Department, Orleans and York, Jasmine, thank you for coming out. And again, thank you to Dolby Gardens for coming out. And I just want to take one extra second here, Mayor. I'm not sure what the time is.
10 seconds.
Dolby Gardens, thank you for coming out. For those that don't know, Dolby, rest in peace. Dolby was one of our city employees. He had a little chili plant area over at Darby Park. And so this year they entered the contest and they did very well. But I want to give them a special shout out. Dolby's mother was there to be presented with the certificate for participation. So I want to give a shout out to Dolby's mother. So with that, thank you, Mayor.
Boom, one time. Councilwoman Falk, District 4.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. Before I get started, I want to give our city clerk a big congratulations on a successful podcast. Looking forward to checking it out. And then also Councilman Padilla on the chili cookout. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I am so sorry I was not able to make it. I had a family memorial, but everybody says I missed it. so I won't miss it next year. Anyway, I just want to do a reminder that I'm having my backpack drive again this Saturday. I'm partnering up again with Assembly Member Tina McKinner. We have over 1,000 backpacks that we're going to be giving away. So we need kids. So bring your kids, nieces, nephews, grandkids, godkids, just bring the kids. So we're going to have a good time. We have some entertainment for them. And it's just going to be an awesome resource event for our kids. So this Saturday from 10 to 1. And then I am also starting this Thursday my Let's Get Healthy series. So this is the second year. It's a dance series every Thursday from this week for the next 3 weeks. We're going to get healthy, and we're going to do this before the summer is over. This week will be line dancing. Next week, we're going to do Latin Zumba. And then the final week, we're going to do some Chicago stepping. So it's just going to be a good time. Come on out. Join the fun. Let's get healthy before we go into the rainy season, y'all. So let's do that. And then also, big shout out. I'm calling all the Morningside alumni folks. It's going down this weekend. Morningside High School is having their big alumni events. And this Saturday, they're going to do the big picnic. So this will be my second time being out there, but it'll be a great event. It's going to be at Edward Vincent Park. And so come on out, support them. We'll be there. I will be representing. They call me the honorary Morningside alumni. So it should be lots of fun this weekend. Congratulations, Morningside High. Lastly, Mayor, if you don't mind closing in honor of my relative that passed away, Larry James Mayweather. We had his memorial service on Saturday, and it was a beautiful remembrance of him. And he came out to Los Angeles with my dad in the 60s. They were migrants from Louisiana, state of Louisiana. So we all grew up together. And so please keep his family in your prayers if we can close in his honor. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, so Eli's not here, so I'll take his time too. I'm kidding. I'm kidding with you. First, I want to congratulate the city clerk on her podcast. I've never, in my 50 years experience with the city, going back to 72, have ever seen the city clerk so active and involved and out and about. So I really, your contributions to the community are very much appreciated. And talking about history, that North Park, I remember when North Park was turned into a park. It was an afterthought. It was just said, well, what are we going to do with this little piece of land? And it was a forgotten area. And I would have to compliment Councilman Padilla because he's really activated that park, and I will give the council credit. We spent that $400,000 on the bathroom that I hear about. We definitely have upgraded the park as a council, but he's activated it, and it's just a real great community event. But I don't want to bust his bubble, but the people that there were for the Rams game, they were lost, and they didn't know where they were.
Haters.
They got some chili.
Oh, and yesterday I was filmed for the Oxygen Network, Oprah Winfrey's network. They're doing a documentary on a series of crimes that occurred in Santa Monica, culminating in 2003 with the death of Christy Johnson. He had victimized by false imprisonment, sexual assault, kidnapping, and ultimately murder of Christy Johnson in 2003. And they were so impressed with the city and the B-roll of our conference room and this chambers, and that's going to be centered front and center on their broadcast. So I wanted to let people know that. I don't know what the name of the episode is going to be, but Christy Johnson was her name. And so with that, I'm going to close the council meeting in the name of Larry James Mayweather and Christy Johnson, and we're adjourned.
All right, thank you, Mayor.